Gentlemen in the mix.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream where the stock market melted up and just, I mean, every sector went berserk on the CPI, right? The inflation data, it was lower than estimated, but again, these are arbitrary numbers manipulated. Remember the CPI 21 times out of the past 31 years, maybe it's 32 years now, they have changed the metric in which they gauge inflation, right? So not very reliable, but it seems like the market cares. I mean, the bots and algos are programmed for these types of days, and you could see what happened. Complete opposite effect in the crypto market, which is fine. I mean, this just, yeah, kind of waiting for something like this to happen eventually. And really, it was kind of crazy. What was the crescendo before the major correction on some of these alts and Bitcoin was the fake XRP listing ETF news, right? That was kind of it. And crazy enough, if you look at the XRP chart, from that highest high of the fake news to the lowest low today, you're talking about a 20% loss, 20% swing. So this is like why, again, if you're ever buying into stuff like that, that's considered you getting played by the market. That has nothing to do with you playing the market. So we try to teach the basic fundamentals of how you can attempt to play the market here. And that's what we do when we're analyzing these charts, right? We're not trying to forecast. We're just, again, managing our risk as well as we can. So where Bitcoin was, you could understand like buy low, sell high situation. Were we at the top of the channel or the bottom? Of course, like sometimes you can melt up and you can just continue running such a strong momentum driven asset class. But in the end, the most recent discernible events on the 4 hour, and again, 4 hours not that significant, but there was that up thrust, back test of up thrust situation, and it did finally catch some follow through, which is cool, right? So even if we have a slightly green shaded glasses, right, slightly bullish bias, you still saw there was still something there that could help you maybe understand taking a fresh long might be higher risk, right? Even if it was to break upward, higher risk. So now here we are. The flush occurred. Bitcoin got as low as $34,750, the lowest price seen since November 7th. So we're talking about 1 week lows now. If you have the chart painted this way, you can see there was a candle close confirmation breakdown below that demand line. And currently on this new 4 hour candle, the market participants are testing that level to see if it is now resistance or if it could just be some sort of fake out and the buyers take back over and we'll run back up to the heart line of the channel around 36.7. So that's kind of the update. That's where we are on Bitcoin. I know a lot of people were freaking out during the move, and it's crazy. Like as Bitcoin was flushing, you had stocks across the market, didn't really matter which sector, were melting up. So there you go, man. That's the channel. I don't really have us on, in the top right. I've just got chat up right now. I wanted you to see the stonks guy, right? I mean, like it's a stonks themed overlay here. Number go up. And rightfully earned overlay today. Okay, that's where we are. We can go to Ethereum. A lot of these alts certainly have not held up as well as Bitcoin. Sol is up 9% right now, so clearly didn't get the memo. This will happen occasionally. YFI is up 2+%. The momentum's strong in those for sure. Sol especially. Sol's like another level. And what happened to Ethereum, man? I mean, like, it's not doing what Sol's doing. Isn't Sol like a direct competitor to Ethereum? Someone back me up on that or refute it. After such a crazy stream yesterday, my God, Mama Ivy coming in, cleaning house on everyone. And, you know, Bitcoin was still around $36,500. So we're down about $1,050 from yesterday's stream. All right, let's go to Ethereum. Take a look at it. Bearish and golden candle in the midst of being painted. As you were the buyers were attempting to hold 2043 as support. Of course, that would never happen if Bitcoin flushes like today, of course. So now back to the bottom of that inflection zone that had been regarded as resistance in May, in July, resistance in August of 2022, resistance in May of 2022. It was resistance in February 2021. That was the candle high close. That was the first time ever that a reversal occurred there, and that is why it's here on this screen, because the first major inflection point, when it's manufactured initially, you plot it, and years can go by, and you will still get very similar price action correlating to the level. You'll get up thrusts, of course, but I'm just saying, even with the up thrust, you can see that was still the level because it was reconfirmed once the up thrust concluded, right? The failure to break out. So that's where we are. At you can see 1972, you're at 1976. They're trying to hold on, and I mean, like a bullish back test, look, flipping, or it was resistance becoming support could be wonderful. This could be amazing if the buyers are able to defend this level, with Ethereum being down almost 4% today. No big deal. At the heart line too of this channel, right? I mean, you can see that it's been regarded too a multitude of times as like a level of adversity for the chart, the price to breach. So it's kind of a lot of confluence there. There's really nothing to worry about. You can't even be concerned about Ethereum truly until the price actually, with follow through, falls below 1550, because that's your discernible low there. So any pivot that occurs, right, any recovery that occurs above that level would be considered more than before, right, accumulation. So really just no big deal, just a pretty nice pullback today. And you gotta play the sound clip, really, where it's just like,
you worry too much. Everything is beautiful. There's nothing to worry about.
See, you gotta take notes from Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. Famous last words, right? Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, we did look at Bitcoin, so.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
We're going further down into crypto right now. It's happening, okay? What's going on with Tia? I don't know a girl named Tia. I dated a girl in middle school and high school named Tina, but I don't know who Tia is. Tia Tequila. Well, I think she had like a mental breakdown. She's like got like psychosis, but I think that is that what you're talking about, dude. I don't know. Sometimes what are y'all saying? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna take a shot on that one. All right, so let's run to XRP and just kind of look at that 20% drawdown from the highest high of the fake news, down 6.79%. Let me show you here. All right, you see the high? It topped out around 75 cents, 75 pennies, and since yesterday, you hit the lowest point. There it is, right? About 21% in less than 24 hours. And this is like, welcome to the effing show. If you're new to crypto, you will become accustomed to these swings in time. One of us, Google Gobble, you will eventually become desensitized to 20% swings in less than 24 hours. It is a pretty common occurrence. It doesn't happen every day, but still. What's up, Jay? Thanks for the threes, dude. The Tron Connect in the jar. Thank you, dude. All right, so engulfing, you're working on your lowest daily candle close since November 4th. Certainly trading at one point today at your lowest price since November 3rd. And we discussed, no matter what happens, where if buyers are able to pivot this price higher than the lows before us, the discernible lows on the daily, which is certainly the October 12th, September 12th lows. If we get a higher low, that just means more than before. The trend would continue, right? Where you just are, composite man's only accumulating. So there's nothing to worry about. You play the Joe Pesci sound clip again. The only people that are worried are the ones that FOMO'd in after these assets have run up between 30% on Bitcoin up to 200% on Sol, right? In a matter of a month. Right, those are the people that would be worried. If you were able to get in at a more strategic, lower risk area, where it made more sense near ice lines, inflection points, structural developments, right? There's nothing to worry about. I mean, you just ups and downs. Exactly. This is Rudy Poo. So that's your XRP. We can go to BNB. This is top four. We should look at them first. It's actually down 0.12%, doing pretty well today compared to the. I mean, remember, this is the fourth largest crypto market cap coin, so relative to the other three, it's doing fantastic, outperforming Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP today. Though it did see a high of $250, just another check back that candle high close from June, July, August of this year. Still below the 200-day moving average, still below resistance, but still better today than the others. Okay. So let's go take a look at Jonathan Nation. Make sure the totals are doing okay. Jonathan, how are the totals, man? Have they been good to you? Tell me more.
I like turtles.
I guess we can do it today.
There's bears out here.
Today, there are bears out here. Here it is. A blip on the radar on the daily total chart, right? Where it's like, I can't even feel anything at all. I can't feel, I can't feel my face. Pretty numb. It's just not on the daily. There is no technical damage. There is no problem. It's just a red candle that you can barely see if you scale out enough, right? So, I mean, you understand, right? Like a discernible swing low would either be September or October's lows. So, as long as the sell-off could continue for days. It could go for a week plus. You might lose your mind, but in actuality, there's no problems. As long as a higher low gets put in these lows, you would have your highest low of the entire uptrend that started at the beginning of 2023. We are less than 2 months away from the conclusion of 2023. So just know, days like this, you'd have people that would be freaking out. They would be screaming on Twitter and all the things, right? But no problems here. Not really, not yet, right? Because, of course, new data presents itself and we're falling below $1 trillion market cap on top. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that's technical damage. That's trend reversal stuff, but not until then. That is way too far away to be talking about. Like, oh, okay, so total has to fall, 26% for the trend to be reversing. That's insane. Okay. One thing I do want to say on Bitcoin, I posted this in the general chat. Wow. Okay. Hey, James Morgan, thank you so much for the 11 months of support in the Patreon/Citadel. I really appreciate that, man. Here, Jesus Chimes, right in the chat. Thank you, James. Almost 1 effing year, dude.
Oh yeah, entertainment is
Amazing.
very
Amazing support from y'all. I'm so proud and humbled by the support from everyone in this community, whether you contribute financially, monetarily, or you're just a viewer. It's all support, and I thank you for it. Okay. So what I was going to do is show you finally, like if you I think we could say the ultimate low, right? Oops, sorry. The ultimate low on Bitcoin would be like September 11th. Okay. That false bearish breakdown candle immediately right back above, right? The inflection point rivaling the old low. I think that's the swing low. Okay, and all these lows are minor, and then we anchor this. We finally have it, right? So from the low to the high, you do not have a valid anchor point for Fibonacci until from that top anchor point, the price retraces 23.6% or lower, right? So officially on that drawdown we saw today, we've officially achieved that, right? From the September low to the highest high of the run from that low, November 9th, 236. So you have now your most shallow retrace. Shallow retrace. So if things are hyper bullish,
that's fine, but
assets tend to reverse at 236s. And I'm talking runaway freight train, unbelievable orange juice futures type behavior. Those are 236 reversals, but they're not common. Okay, it is far more common when you have valid Fibonacci for an asset to retrace to the golden zone between the 618 and the 382. This is most common on assets. Okay, Fibonacci research, 29.9 to 33K. That's the area. So just letting you know, we have officially retraced 23% from our ultimate swing low. And that's pretty cool, man. All right. So if you think about this value-wise, why is it rare for assets to reverse and continue running substantially higher at 236s? Because market participants see that and they say, well, there's a 23.6% sale on this asset, but that's just not going to do it for me, man. Like I just, not enough value for me to go long now on just a 236. But then you start going to 38% sales. Okay, a little bit more enticing. Dang, dude, 50% off. We're talking about Black Friday sales. We start getting down to 31,450. And then, my God, we got bonus inflection points that have never been formally back tested. 618 would be at the bottom of that, and that's 61.8% retrace, the golden retrace. And that's rather confluent. That's pretty close to that 30,000 level. So again, I'm not saying I'm making calls on where we're reversing. I'm just telling you about Fibonacci, okay, and how like one should use, or how they could use it practically, instead of just saying, oh, it's just number, go here. Okay. I have a Fibonacci video too, posted a couple years ago. It goes into detail on some of this stuff. So it just interprets value and premium. And so far we are at the most shallow retrace, and that is all we have. But my orange juice, exactly. 236 Jesus asset, my God. Okay, so we can go to, keep you from the suspense of seeing it literally berserk, the short squeeze of short squeezes. Michael Burry, right? I mean, that's the elephant in the room. Everyone in here, I'm sure, has heard the news at this point, the way information travels. Unless you just, your head's under a rock until you watch the stream. Michael Burry had like a $1.6 billion short position with like options. And he closed that position. Well, he announced the closure of his position with a 40% loss. So he lost roughly $640 million on that failed trade. He just got squeezed out like so hard. So clearly here, right? No test of the demand or of the supply line. No test. Just a gap up. Highest daily candle close confirmed since September 14th. Highest price since then as well. So lots of gaps, man. What a run. Remember, we anchored for the potential shark, and that would be an 886 completion. So the high to low here. Wow, you're already at a 78% retrace. So the 88% retrace on the spider is $453.75. One more fib node and you're there. And then it's like you're completing that complex wave structure, the shark. Just to show you one more time, and then we'll move on. Just this, right? I can't believe how fast, man. That is wild. That's violent, dude. One of the most violent squeezes ever. Look at this. I think that's it. So you're almost there. You're almost completing this effing W. And the crazy thing about the 886 here is, it's confluent with an ice line. Look, at one time it was an all-time high in September 2021. 886 confluent with that. Anyone who was long here, I mean, that's a great potential profit-taking level if they were so blessed to be in on this squeeze. Don't you think that's reasonable? Like, oh, okay, so you're just running nonstop. This is very uncommon price action you're getting. And there's that resistance to be tested again. So, all right, cool. And before it just breaks that and we go 113, right? Dow Jones. Everything, man. The melt up is insane. No pullback, no breaks. The lowest low. The lowest daily candle close since March. Concluded and a break of a key support, and then the false bearish break. I mean, how many times are we going to see it be like that? I mean, this is like, the more you watch these markets and you analyze price action correlating to such key inflection points, and you see them break down on the daily close, you would always be skeptical, because we see so many false bearish breakdowns. It's wild. Like, I mean, you would always be skeptical until there's follow through, because there was what was the immediate follow through price action after the bearish breakdown on the daily was confirmed? Buyers defense, right? Buyers defending the level, and then look at the run. So heading back up to the next resistance, 35.1 to 35.6. It's the dragon, right? You've hit a dragon target if you were looking at it like that, right? You've hit the 618. You gapped up through. You hit the 618 yesterday, and now you're nearing the 786. Crazy, man. Crazy stuff. You could also look at it like it's a potential shark here too in the making, like a complex wave structure, like the X, the A, the B, and then it's on the way to the D. 886 would take you. I mean, dude, you're so close. It's wild. Already almost there. Okay. NASDAQ is whack. Positively whack, man. So 886 on this one's like 14.265. You here at 14.1. Insane. Yep. What a squeeze, dude.
Can we see IT stop?
Dude, I
Would it
don't
be a
know
good
how you
short
could
now?
strategize it now. There was a good area for a short applying the harmonic system, and there was just too much demand, and then earnings, I think, and it's been like melting up. So that is one that, like, it doesn't happen. Like, you very seldom see harmonics fail so miserably, but IT ended up becoming one of those, and we can look at it. Sure, thank you, dude. I mean, you're talking about an asset that keeps hitting all-time highs every single day. There's no rhyme or reason for going short, because you're just catching a rising knife. Like, falling knives, the rising knives are equally as sharp, and your hands are equally as fleshy, so you could get cut hardcore trying to short that. I'm saying, like, you could go short, and, like, of course it could reverse any time and you win, but that's like literally you flip the coin and it landed on the side you picked. That's what you're doing, right? And when you're applying harmonics and confirmation highs and divergencies and price action correlating to historical levels and local double tops, local double bottoms, when you're applying all those, it gives you just a marginal edge over the coin flip. So it's a weighted coin. We're looking for those, and IT is an impulse phase. Win cut hand. Yeah, well, Michael Burry cut his hand. Hardcore, man. Like, that is like a major L, but hey, it might be nothing to him, but a 40% loss on a position so large is still pretty wild, man. I don't think he took on minimal losses, right, on his short. I really wish I could see, like, what his strategy was on it. I mean, we saw. See, the thing about it is, like, you saw the S&P show the classic distribution. We were talking about it on stream, right? Classic distribution, the 3 lower highs. Oh my God, we might be screwed. But then, like, it started drawing down. It's like, dang, man. I mean, maybe this is it. But then, like, what happened? This, like, you just can't get ahead, right? Like the shorts, the bears just can't do it because like the hidden bearish divergence manifested into a drawdown to the lowest low we had seen in months, right? Lowest low we had seen since May. But then immediately the sellers were implying they were exhausted. And then, my God, if this divergence right here wasn't perfect, it was specimen divergence. Even at the lows, oversold twice. You couldn't ignore it, and like that is what, you know, has burnt people. I don't know when exactly Michael Burry went short. It couldn't have been that long ago. I don't really know. Do y'all know what day he? I mean, we know like the days that they announce it, but we don't know. Do we know the official days of the entry of the position? You know, like I'd like to know that. Just curious if it was based on technicals or just what his feeling was. CK, I don't know if that even is reliable. Okay, so yeah, like it was like oh no, and then immediately you had a contradicting variable, like oh yeah, the 3 falling peaks. But remember the end of the month, and remember that stat talked about when the monthly candle closed on stream. There's this crazy stat. In the past 23 years, there have been only 2 months where when October was red, the next month we got a red monthly November. 2000 and 2008. So when like the markets were literally in financial turmoil, melting down, crisis, that was the only time. So it's like, it seemed based on the numbers, it was improbable November was going to be red with October, just based on, right, like 21 out of 23 years, November was always positive after a red October or whatever. There was never a back-to-back October and November being red. Like if October was green, then you could have had a red. October not applying. Okay, so crazy, man. Let's look at the QQQ, just so we can play the sound clip.
Technology, what is that all about? Is it good or is it whack?
It's literally both, dude. It's good and whack at the same effing time. And what was crazy about this one, look, they did it, man. These market participants are nuts on the Qs, right? A resistance of 369, 370 was regarded as resistance. It was another lower high, and you rolled over. But when it rolled over, it just touched this level we've had plotted here for years. Look, it's a zone. Hit the top of the zone, that high from April 2021. Touched it, touched the bottom of this channel here, and it was gone. And yes, there was divergence here too, in the making, like the S&P. I guess it was so strong, like the S&P. See, it didn't really actually have divergence on the RSI like the S&P, but still, MACD histogram was good, level was tested, and it's just been running away. Wild stuff since that low, since the nadir, October 26th, at the close today, the QQQ.
Michael Burry in the second quarter of 2023 opened about 887 million worth of put options against the Speedy RSP5 00 ETAP trust.
Thank you, Donald Trump. Yep, what he said. Sorry, I can't hear it, but I can read it. But then I can't like review it on Tangia. It's crazy. Thank you. So on the QQQ, since the bottom, since October 26th, you got they're up about nearly 13% in 3 weeks. What a gap up, man. Highest daily candle close confirmed since July 18th. You'll be rivaling that, and you're clearly at some sort of 886 here. You've exceeded it, actually. You're just right at it, man. The high to the low, you're at a 98% retrace from that July high when they began to pause interest rates right there. That was the beginning of the end. That was the beginning of the correction that has possibly concluded now. If you take out that level, you have a clear path to $400, which is an old all-time high from November 5th, 2021. And then you have just a zone, right, where there are a couple more peaks, 405. That would be the top of this major, one of the largest W shapes I've ever seen on an index or on any sort of, index fund. This is NASDAQ 100, right? So while it's up, is it a type 2 return? Could be. Let's see. I mean, just all depends on the price action coming forth, right? Type 1, maybe type 2. This is a perfect type 1 reaction. Perfect, you know, and now we're running so fast. Can't rule it out till, you know, you break it and you run to, even if you get a 400, 405, remember, you can get 113 sharks. So this thing could be going up to like 420, 425. It's just a 113 threshold shark versus an 886. If it was going to happen on any of these indices, I would imagine it'd be the NASDAQ or the Qs, really, you know, because of big tech driving the markets. All right, so there are, well, let's look at the IWM that blew up. And yeah, man, I mean, we discussed, you're right, like that level was defended, and look at it, unreal, like crazy, up 5.5%, trading like an S coin, just insane. Like, and even failed. It failed to break levels, made its lowest high of the downtrend, and then just gap up. Bullish Marabazoo from the open to the close, complete buyer domination. So market rotating. I don't know, is it even rotating? It's just money coming off the sidelines total, because everything was going up. Highest daily candle close on the IWM since effing September 20th. Wow. Remember, zombie companies, about 30% of the 2,000 are zombie companies. Doesn't matter, man. Killed it. And that divergence continued to play out, and the hidden bearish divergence completely invalidated, right, with the huge positive momentum pump today. Good God, it's crazy. Okay, yeah, I guess the spirit of Jonathan is with the IWM and the zombie companies. All right, so if we want to, we can, I don't think we have any requests, so Bitcoin is back above that 4-hour channel. Maybe we can look at that real quick just so y'all can see. And then we can look at Todd's IT real quick, because that could be a great one to start to see the runaway. Oh, the ultimate runaway on it is crazy. All right, let's do Bitcoin 4-hour. And show you here. I mean, look, you notice how all that selling pressure just stopped when the closing bell occurred for the stock market. But there it is, man. It was violated. But hey, man, the candle closed, and how are we going to do it? Is this going to be defended? Less than 2 hours till this 4-hour candle closes back within. But wow, you got whipsaw on the top, and you're getting some sort of equal whipsawing on the bottom. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, just wanted to let you see that. Pretty cool. All right, as earlier though, like at the beginning of the candle, you were testing that level and then kind of failing to break it, and you were pulling back, but not anymore, which is great. You know, I mean, again, like, you just, days like this, you cannot be worried. Remember the trend that's been going on literally since like January 1? The higher low, the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, the levels respected. Yeah, I know, you had like legit 5-6 months straight of nothing, but that didn't change the overall trend for the year. Yeah, I get it. You're gonna correct, man. You made a 23% retrace. If things are hyper bullish, then this was it. If things are more common, right, we get a pullback a little bit lower, and that's fine too, right? And you know, the 50% retrace around 31K. Those would be common. If it's reversing now, something insane is going, insanely bullish is happening.
Any targets above $10-ish for Filecoin? 3.50000000 Phil.
Hey, it's Rob, man. Thanks for the 1675. Any targets above 10? Well, yeah. I mean, we can look at Filecoin. How about that? I mean, you know, y'all will ask me questions, and then I'll just give you my word that we'll look at it, and I'll do my best. Right? Certainly. Put it on the list. Right after. We'll still get it after IT. All right, the 4-hour. We are at the 4-hour highs or near them. Very nice here. Maybe I'll just add an alert if I get, you know, mesmerized by other assets out there. Okay. Let's go to and look at that. Look at total, man. It's ridiculous. It's like I can't feel anything at all. Is that a joint? No, it's not a joint. It was nothing. It was a placebo. It was a water vapor, a water vape pen. You inhaled nothing, or water. Okay. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, dude. It's legit insane. This happens sometimes. You know, you develop the W, and it does, right? Type 1, type 2 return, like visible, discernible, and it draws down, but just a higher low than the previous low and then it rally, and it's like, man, you think, oh, an up thrust and failure, and then you even got a formal bearish back test. Like, that's an up thrust back test twice, and then it draws down, and then it's like, okay, doesn't even matter if there was divergence so apparent on the weekly 3-day. It was so real. But then it's like, okay, earnings are coming up. If I understand, sometimes earnings can make the whole argument play out, like your whole thesis on the structural developments they've been developing for 200 plus days, whatever. But just know, like, that can get completely thrown out the window on the right earnings. So if you see, like, and I'm just telling you this practically, if you have a trade, you're in it, you've been in it for a while, it hasn't really been playing out, it's taking time, and you find out it's not even that, you need to know. I'm telling you, if you're going to long an equity, you better have your ear to the ground and understand when their earnings report is coming, and then confirm it. So if it's not really playing out, you've been in it a while, you might hate me for saying this, because it's like, all right, might be you don't want to, like I'm telling you Bulkowski's teaching, right? You don't want to own an asset like leading up to earnings, like at earnings. You don't want to be in it, because what would have happened if you were short and you had some sort of stop loss set up or something, right? And the market opens the next day and this happens. There's a possibility your stop loss doesn't get triggered. You get a running stop because your stop loss was somewhere below where it gapped up at, and you get squeezed like this. So I'm just telling you, you can do what you want, but and dude, again, there have been great setups that have been made by earnings where it looks like this, and instead of this green candle, you're getting like the equal and opposite where it gaps down and does something like this. So it just takes, your edge goes away. Okay, the edge you thought you had legit just turns into a casino the day of earnings. Earnings were too good. So all-time highs, $422 today.
Is that a joint?
Kind of. It might be a joint on this one, right? That was your IT, Todd. So he's asking, hey, can we short this? It's like, you want to short a runaway train where the oscillators have completely reset, meaning like they might have been diverged, not anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. Like on the daily anyway, you are impulsing. So you kind of had an edge here, like for a short, and then the earnings literally killed the trade. But you don't have anything now. You have no argument, no edge. It's a coin flip, and it's tech, right? It is on the hottest, best performing sector, right? That's tough, man, right? Okay, so we can look at Filecoin for Rob because he requested it. Those are the two requests of the day. Old file that had been just a specimen set up, pull them back to near 4 or 5% today. And where is it? Where is it reacting? Or like, dang, dude, that is such a, that candle on file is beautiful. I wonder how it will perform. But that right there, I mean, that is a perfect textbook shooting star reversal. And it's happening at an inflection zone that takes you back, man, to June 2022. It's been support. It flipped to resistance in January this year, support again in March, resistance in June and July, and now it's possibly resistance again. So, but here's the thing though, right? If you had identified this impeccable looking setup, you understand $5 would be a level where not just bots, but people would say, I might take a little profit because they were getting in, right? You see the candle lows from December of last year, this wick low from June, look again in September. If people were buying low, this would certainly be selling high to a degree, right? A range between, it's just price between two levels. Look, it's like down, up, down, up, down, up. So, I mean, it is people taking profit at inflection points is the most natural thing that ever, that's just, it is as common as waves are to the sea. So that shooting star may not be like crazy because it might underperform because this structural development trumps a shooting star. But this is like a shooting star that could take you down to make like a common retrace from that major low down here to this high. Look, you do in fact have valid anchor points, right? It exceeded the 236 and is now hitting a 38% retrace at its lows today. But then it could go as low as $4. That's the 618, right? The golden zone. The common retrace zone on assets when they begin their retrace. You've hit the top of it, but it could still go lower, and it wouldn't be weird. It wouldn't be a big deal. It'd be fine. A 50% retrace. That's part of Dow's theory. Charles Dow, the man. So, shooting star identified and catching follow through today at a very real level where that is the most normal area for something like this to happen. But you would, based on how large this is, how amazing this is, it would be mild, moderate, and it certainly, you would think, not be going lower than $3, $3.15. It would be a higher low would be getting put in after. Okay, so hold on. So that's your Filecoin. He asked though, any targets above 10 for Filecoin? Well, if you want them, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Filecoin, $10 is like where the reasonable swing trader who's identifying harmonics and the type 1, type 2 return with the bullish divergence on the 3-day, that's where they're taking massive amounts of profit, right? You've tripled your money just about from the type 2 return lows, tripling up, and just like we're seeing price at least correlate here, you could see the same type of price action correlation where you react, you reverse violently. There could be a 10% pullback there, but he's asking what would the target be above 10? Let's just say that's the chapter. I just talked about the conclusion of the chapter of the new book, right? Because the trend could be reversing. If you do break $10, there is that wick high at 1135, but if you're just talking about potential levels, you're looking maybe around right here. You see like 1680, several swing lows in 2022. Maybe a swing low around $20 psychological support resistance. I think 20. So that'd be above 10, almost doubling up again based on the lack of levels. Yeah, it would be insane. It would be pulling a crypto. It would be the good part of crypto, where this is why people participate and trade these markets, because of the sheer upside percentage potential. Very little above $10. So, but like at $10, if people take profit, and if things are mania, then you just break the reasonable level to take major profits, and it just doubles up again. All right, I've seen it before, believe me. I literally have. It happened to many assets in 2020. So Yeah, that's it, man. And so how crazy is it, right? We go back to MATIC real quick, okay? Because File, same category of eliteness, elite TA development, right? It's the same type of situation with MATIC. All right, think about it, right? We just got the first target of the trade setup achieved like yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever. And right around the level where people taking profits, it's still above it, which is crazy, right? That's where you're seeing this move on Bitcoin going down, these altcoins going down. They're pulling back because that's exactly what's happening. People that allocated their position properly 1 month ago are just taking some off the table. Not all of it. They're just taking some off the table. They're layering out of their trade. We're not talking about their hold. They might have a completely different account for holding long-term, whatever. But if they're talking about strategy with entries at inflection points and other things, right? And then they're like, hey, a resistance. Hey, man, that's a good short period of time to make a lot of money. I'm going to realize those high percentage gains in a short period of time. They're realizing it by taking profit. And so you get days like today on MATIC, on all of them, where they pull back. MATIC's up. Dude, here's the thing, though. Not a very good example, right? Because MATIC's up 3.73% today. Okay, fine. But still, it's like I think File's a great example, right? The $5 stuff happening there. How about Neo's a great example, too? Because it went to a level, kind of up thrusted through it, and then reversed. Right, like, I mean, it just goes up to a level that makes all the sense in the world. Like, it's swing higher from, it's like at the top of a trading range, right? June 2022, February, April 2023, and now in November of this year, right? It runs up from here, the completion of the harmonic type 1, type 2, just does that. And then people take profit. It doesn't mean it's all over and we're going to zero, we're going back to the fresh lows, new lows, but it does mean people take profit. There's a lot of supply there. People also like taking shorts too, whatever. And you're having a mild pullback. It's not a big deal. Eventually you think a higher low gets put in the previous lows and we run again and we test 1381. And if we're blessed enough, with Bitcoin price action, Bitcoin performance, then you could see a break of 1381. 1381 that go, it's very real level. Look, it's not a joke. Look, 2018, you see that swing low. You see the resistance in April 2019, November 2019. Look, then it flips to support in October 2020, then flips to resistance. If that breaks, you got to understand, I mean, the likelihood of seeing $20, it's very high. So that's just what happens at inflection points. Traders take profit, and it's not a big deal. Yeah, it was getting a little frothy, Element of P. Hopefully you're back home with the wifey and the newborn. Everything went swimmingly. Wish you well, man. All right, so you get it. That's like literally, I think, the way that it's reasonable to size up the crypto market right now, this correction, this pullback. It's just the waves, man. It's all about the waves in the ocean. They're gonna come no matter what. Sometimes, like Sol, it's one wave for a long time. But yeah, this is what you get, right? Here's YFI. That is just unstoppable up, It's above $10,000 right now, major psychological level, and is just rivaling this high we saw in March. I'm going to add an alert. If I hear a beep, that means we're actually taking out the highs from March. And that's what you mean. That's what you think, like it's such a significant structure that breaking that, I mean, yes, A is an aggressive harmonic target, but besides that, there's just nothing here looking left till 18K. So it was just one of those, And then some like not able to perform like this, like Uniswap's one on the radar. It's really just performing meh. Not too great yet, but you're thinking even on the pullback, it's really mild. 3.6% down today, but still above the 200-day moving average, trying to test it as support. But yeah, I would like to see us stay above $5 for a while. Any pullback, you're just looking for a higher low than the previous low. Because remember, you're like trading the weekly on this, man. The weekly, not the daily. You see that on the weekly, how insignificant it is, how it just really doesn't matter. Like, you understand this trade isn't invalid until you're falling below like $3.80 and change. But it's all there, man. The stage is set here just like it was on YFI, like it is on some others. Not all of them. Most actually aren't showing us incredible setups like this. So OMNP looks like it's just you and me in this chat, man. You and me. Anyone else in here? It's maybe just like a static video now. I haven't even looked. Yeah, not much going on, dude. Yeah, Brad's here. Brad showed up for work, chat. Just kidding. All right, so yeah, those were pretty mild day. We can go look at like Apple, switch it back over, and look at the insanity here. You know, just hasn't taken out its high from September yet, August and September, but it's climbing, man. I mean, the highest daily candle close seen since September 5th. So multi-month highs technically. And back above the old all-time high from 2021. That was so concerning to me. It's good to see it back above that. So great like wedge breakout in the end. They were just, and the sellers were just tired, man. We thought it looked bad. You were not at support really. There wasn't really a support here. It just locally bottomed out and started rallying. But beautiful little wedge. Okay, Apple, Microsoft. That, you know, Microsoft's one of those unstoppables. We're an official all-time high today, not just intraday, but where the traders settled up to, you know, for the closing bell. So Jesus chimes for Microsoft. It's the dragon. What a dragon, man! That was a good one, dude. Pretty good dragon. We're actually at the PCZ or PRZ of what would look like a 113 shark. I'm not sure, you haven't reacted yet, so it just like, you can't say it's accurate or it's real, and it's a little too shallow on C. It just kind of was the same low. You need to see a 113 threshold. You didn't get that. So here, is it a 113 yet? You didn't even quite make it there. You're very, very close, right? Like, maybe we'll see it tomorrow. 113 is about $374. Getting close, man. Getting real close. What a run. Like, Microsoft from its bottom has recovered at 20% in 47 days. What's up, Funky Buddha Man? Cryptmo, thank you for the sub on YouTube, man. Appreciate it. Don't know those alerts turned on there because they're
Type
so
in the
loud.
chat.
That's right, dude. That's right. We're here to play it. The 2335. Thanks, man. Okay. So Microsoft, Apple. Let's go to Amazon. Made 15-month highs today. If you don't know, now you know. What a pamp. Right? Seeing the highest. Wow, it actually went higher. Wow. Highest level since April 25th of 2022. Highest daily candle close since April 21st, 2022. Incredible. Can't be stopped. What a trend, right? The divergence was very real here. Look at the gap up on earnings. Earnings, dude. It's like, oh, it's drawing. It broke support. It's all over for Microsoft after hitting 2 of the 3 targets, and then earnings. And number go up nonstop since that earnings report. Not even overbought, so you understand oscillator's good for even higher prices. 67. Wow, incredible, man. So will we be blessed enough to get the 3rd target, which I never got hit, I don't think, on Amazon. We'll see, man. Will we do it? You just never know. Will we get number 3? It's a lot higher though. Still got a ways to go on this. Excuse me, right? May 9th entry, piercing line reversal at the inflection point from 2020 and even in June of this year, or of last year, excuse me. It was just right there, the Momo shift. Stage was set for low risk, high reward. We didn't know who was going to play out. You just never know. You just knew that if you took on losses, they would be minimal and they would be strategic. You had a reason for being long, right? So a lot has gone on, but still, you know, that second target, the third has been, you know, it was now once again, right? You're hitting it again, but like the third target I had from this high to low is a 1272, 164. 15, so still a ways to go, and you still may never get it, but at least this is some promising price action to maybe see it, you know. Amazon, and then Google. Let's go to Google. Wow, I really can't even believe how this actually held up, you know. I said I anchored on the top side, and then had one anchor point on the bottom, and low and bolt, like the earnings, you know, you gap down, but dang, I just didn't know this was going to be, it actually pivoted here, and you've been running, but you haven't recaptured the highs at all. This was a good setup to show you if you don't know, right? Because there were a ton of setups that developed over time, and they were tradable, and it's like they'd been going on, they're still going on, as you saw with Amazon, and it's like, people be like, just keep posting trade setups like every day on the stock market. It's like, that's just kind of it's kind of tough, because it's like there's not always amazing trade setups, and then in the market environment, I mean, where you had like assets that were down here and they've gone up substantially, and they've hit 2 or 3 of the targets of the trade setup, and then you're thinking about that, and you're like, damn man, these are market drivers hitting like deep retraces from all-time highs all year, and it's like, you'd think maybe a more meaningful correction would be happening, and the upside would be limited for the whole market because of that. So it makes you just be a little bit, it just makes you a lot more cautious about like taking fresh trades and longs so late in the year after all this stuff played out, you know, these trades from earlier in the year. Hold on a sec. Let me see if I can find it. This song's pretty bad, you know. Pretty bad song. Let's see here. Let me check here. Okay. Because this was like a even older trade than the one on Amazon. And Shopify even looks like it might play out. You know, you might get the crazy, dude. You might get the third target of the trade setup on Shopify eventually. We'll look at that too. Wow. All right, found it. All right, so this is Google, right? I mean, you know, like, you know how long it took for this to develop? I mean, not just the downtrend, but the structural development from the bottom, November 1st all the way to February 28th. That is a time period of like 112 days. You know, and then broke the supply line. It's like, all right, that's it. That's it. This is the low risk, high reward opportunity area. And right, so you still have not seen target 3, even though you're so effing close, man. 143.57 on the way. Yeah, and so let's look at Shopify real quick, because that was right around the same time here. And yeah, you may never get it, but on this one, it was like this. where you had, okay, you were seeing, all right, the inflection point from history. It's hard to see. It doesn't show the data here, but you're watching the buyers defend for a good amount of time this key level on the chart. You were witnessing hidden bullish divergence develop, and the price was getting back above that level even a couple times. 4 hour, you zoom in, you see like it was certainly double bottoming. It was kind of crazy, confirming the bottom at this level. So it's like, okay, this is the level, right, where you at least take a shot. It almost like within a few days, I mean within a week or two, hits the first target, then does nothing, almost gets back to the re-entry, and you never saw the second target, right, around $78. Like, look at this, you know, first target in a matter of a few weeks, and then just chopping around. You just can't, the buyers can't get it going, but it's not over, right? The trade could still be, you could still be in it, man. But the greatness is, like, you see that price that's going long at inflection points after some really promising price action, and the oscillators play in ball with what you're witnessing, staying above that level. Okay, I mean, great stuff, man. And here it is today on Shopify. Yeah, I mean, I identify, well, you can't blame me for identifying a lower high. Look what happened after the lower high was confirmed. It's just a massive drawdown. But still, this low right here, and earnings chat, this earnings, or before it even, a pivot came in, and it was a higher low than the previous lows. You never fell below the key ice line from history, which was the entry, right? You see it? And like, you know, you've broken, I mean, if there was a supply line here, it was broken just like the S&P. You see that? Like, I think it looks like it broke yesterday. And just gapped up today, and it was the highest daily candle close on Shopify since, what was that? September 6th, yeah. Oh, I'm having trouble. Yeah, September 6th, okay. There you have it, man. What a recovery today across the markets on, again, CPI that was lower than expected. Remember, the CPI is like everything except literally everything you consume. Like, it doesn't, I don't think it factors in like shelter, doesn't factor in food, services. Anything that you every day you need to buy for your life to live is not included in this number. It's just like, wow, what a great number, dude. I'm telling you, man, inflation for you, the consumer, for us, it's not even 3%, 3.2%. Yeah, right. Such a scam, such a lie. Thank you, Funky Buddha. Really? You're European. My accent doesn't, you know, sometimes you hear an accent and you're like, man, I can't understand this guy because it's so American, or it's so Belgium, or it's so Dutch, or whatever. That's good to know. Even the European folks can understand me, at least a little bit, right? Okay, so not seeing many other people hooting and hollering about. You saw, dude, I gotta show y'all Nove. Like, holy crap, dude! Look at this. Is just one of those where it's just random, really, really random. But look at the price action here. You've already survived earnings, so you don't have to worry about that crap. But look at this level, $18.80 to $20. Oh man, it was breaking it intraday. Just so that, along with the old demand line of this channel, right? Look how many tests, unreal. You know, then it's violated, but then a huge rally occurs, and now look at the convergence between this old demand line and the horizontal line support resistance. And I'm talking, this level goes back to 2001, 2019, whatever. It's so many times. 2000, look at this, 2008, and what is this, 2005, look at this, 2000, 2001, look at this, 1997, 98. You see how real this level is? And you're witnessing the buyers defend it thrice over the course of 5 weeks. So that type of stuff, that is how you know, no matter what happens, it's a low risk entry area. It's like so easy to strategize a tight stop loss and equitable take profits. So I think you could do 25, but then you'd have to have a tighter stop. I don't think it's not quite 3-to-1 there. Very close. You could even have a tighter stop at 1840 and it's equitable. It would be it would legit be
32.33 repeating, of course.
to 1 reward to risk. All right, so we don't act like we know if this level is going to play out, but we've actually identified the fact that the buyers have defended it 3 times in 5 weeks. And it's 2 levels. And it's like, how was that? And then, that's 1. And then maybe the top of the channel could be a second target, layering out. Like way higher. My God, $30, $29.50 or so. But that's like what traditional technical analysis, I mean, that is it right there. History, gives us a lot, and then local price action at historical ice lines, and then the buyers are defending the 200-day simple moving average to boot. It's a good reward to risk. It's a good level and great price action. This is similar stuff to the Shopify trade, man. Like at the level, like I didn't know, I did not know if this was gonna play out, but I did witness the seller's utter failure too many times. And the price just subtly, quietly getting back above that level. No big deal, man. That's why it's very important to monitor and scan these charts and markets, because you just don't know when the opportunity will present itself. But it's there on ServiceNow. But this is not ServiceNow. Excuse, this is just Nove. Not now. I don't know why I say now. It's Nove. Not now. Nove. Hey, and it's November. Oh, it's a sign, dude. Send a raven. Cut out the top. How is that annoying? Like, what do you need to see? It is Nove on the daily. There is no real more information that the low of the day, 1865, high of the day, 2150. I mean, it's just, there's really not much there that matters that much. Okay. The magnified ticker ameliorates the need to see the top left of the screen on TradingView. Hello? All right, so a little bit lower. Let's go this right there. All right, let's extend out this channel too. This could be a more nuanced target. If you were going horizontally, I think there it is. You can see it. Duh, like it's a no-brainer on where you might place an exit of the trade, right? Where the reversal occurred and you had a drawdown all the way to $25, right? The 20% drawdown from the high here to the low, that's it. So that would be probably your second target and your exit. Even if you were just gonna say, screw the channel, I don't care about the channel that much. It's just pretty cool to see how this channel is being re-regarded as support. So it's like spring back test of spring of a demand line and upsloping support, but it's also springing and back testing the spring of a horizontal line support that goes back to 1998. So you could say, all right, either 29.74 or you try to say 31, whatever. Like right around moving target, monitor it, just something like that, man. And if it fails, which they do fail sometimes, you get that, right? I'm not saying go all in. This is like proper position sizing. And if one enters this, they certainly would set up, the next thing they do after they enter is they set up that stop loss. That's it. You let it, and you go with God, and you can continue to monitor it. Yeah, like I can't put in just Nove now. I got to like type in stuff. don't even know if that's enough. Let's see. So it's like trend analysis. You're in a long-term uptrend, like literally, right? You see it. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Yes, it's been uptrending for a while. Technical indicators, which is that springback test of the demand line and the ice line. One could maybe say chart patterns. I wouldn't even worry about it. That's all you need right there. Long publication. All right, that's enough. Okay. And if it fails, it fails. But you just continue looking for assets that are doing this.
Gentlemen, in the mix.
It's a Nove brainer. There you go, Graffiti man. You got it, dude. You figured it out. Do we have any more? No more requests. No, like 2 requests today, chat. Y'all had me live for almost 2.5 hours yesterday doing nonstop requests, and then we have 2 today. Man, you talk about feast or famine. This world of live streaming traditional technical analysis is wild, dude. Just the complete hot and cold, and it's all based on one chart, and it's Bitcoin. I could almost guarantee you, if Bitcoin had not drawn down like this, you think we'd have 2 requests? You know, we'd be like, hey, go look at Pundy Coin, go look at Homeless Coin, go look at Shiba Inu, Harry Potter, Osonic, Inu Coin, 10. They would be requested today. Dude, you're getting a Dell. Dell made a fresh all-time high today, if you don't know. Yep. Highest close ever and highest price ever. Coca-Cola, what a recovery so far, but just because you're VN, just because you got this, it's like there's just hard to take action. I mean, scalpers got in out of support and a rally, but again, for the swing trader, it was higher risk. You're always looking for those confirmation lows. Like if we could get a second test down there, an 886 higher low, that'd be the lowest risk, right? Because you're like just working on hidden bearish divergence on Coca-Cola. McDonald's was also destroyed but recovered, right? Yeah, the V shit. Look at this. Oh my God, they're just pumping it, right? So look, it's back above this old all-time high from January 2022 today. Broke it, but you just don't. I mean, is it gonna just recover higher than these highs? It's just crazy. You might be back testing 280 soon, right? Wild. What a comeback, man. Wal-Mart was all-time highs yesterday and today. Fresh all-time highs on Wal-Mart. Jesus chimes. Never in human civilization's history had Wal-Mart's price seen $169. But that has now occurred. And, you know, closed at 167.65. Oh, $169 was naturally a psychological resistance. Right, chat? Of course. The gray letters. Now you see it. Zero, you know, they're magnified literally for you. Like, I knew you were one day going to find my channel. And, you know, we know you're a little farsighted. So I was like, all right, I'll magnify the ticker for whenever zero comes in here. Just so he can see, like, what we're looking at and what time scale. Oh, a new thumbnail. Oh my God, dude. All right, that's a great thumbnail. It's pretty similar to what I have now, but yeah, we'll do that real quick. 35,580 on the corn, the Bitcoin. 1 second, sorry. Just changing thumbnails. What's going on, dude? Why we got people... You hear this?
You see, house is a feeling that no one can understand or hear it unless they're deep into the vibe of house.
Oh my God, dude. We got like... It's like gospel hour. Now I'm just like getting my thoughts derailed. Sweet. All right. So we do have about an hour and 10 minutes until your daily candle close, about 10 minutes till power hour. And Wal-Mart is the king. It is the retail king. You're ashamed to say you own Harry Potter Obama coin? Well, that's not a real coin, dude. There's more to it than that. It's not just Harry
Hey Mitch,
Potter
could you
Obama
look at
coin,
FXS on Binance, please?
Come on. You devalue it. It's all its value when you just call it Harry Potter Obama. What's up, Anonymous? Yeah, dude, we'll look at it. These sex phones getting crazy over here. Yeah, FXS. I think someone was posting about it and respect the TA chat last night or something, right? And it wasn't. I looked at it. It was like, it's maybe starting to try to take off. Yeah. Well, we've been here. My God, there it is. You know, like welcome chat to the M shape, and all the. It's like just Chop City, a bunch of up and down, and then the harmony, discernible data. Indiscernible data range, right? Up, down, but discernible data. The 886, the value, all of a sudden, more than before. And then confirmed more than before. Pretty much a type 2 return. And yeah, this is what's like, so you might pull back again. You're probably not going lower than 525. And once this $8.26 level breaks, you got a $13 target. Yeah, FXS, it's incredible. Forgot about it. You know, if someone will request these things and then they never follow up on them, I'll analyze them for them, and then we come back and it's like this. Yeah, and it's like, how could you? It's so hard because it was taking forever, taking so long, but it's just beautiful, beautiful stuff. The bullish bat pattern, it's done. The stage is set. Okay, let's look at the 3 day. It's probably even more glorious on more significant time scales. Okay, I can put on the weekly. See, that's there too. It did go a little lower than the 8/8. That's okay. It does that sometimes. All right. Okay, let's go to the 3 day. Oh, it's even prettier because you had the bullish divergence or bullish convergence on the MACD histogram. This is it, man. Like, you're on breakout watch. So any pullback that happens, look for the high or low. On my coming, the 5th day, as Gandalf would say. But eventually, if you want to defeat the orcs at Helm's Deep, we must break the wall of 826. And when you do that, we will have the turning of the tide for Middle Earth, all right? Yep, $13 target eventually. That's the hard target here if this is going to play out. Yep, $13. So that means like eventually, not today, not tomorrow, Junior, but eventually, even after a 10% pullback goes to $6, fine. But I'm saying the probability is higher that you're going to see $13. So that means like probably 82 to 90% upside on FXS. All right? So I'm saying, right? You're gonna be like, oh my God, dude, I can't believe you. Oh my God, like this will happen. Oh my God, we go to $6, and then like another higher low comes in. Are you kidding me? Even better, even a stronger argument. Then later, fine, sooner rather than later, rather than sooner. Either way, this pattern's been in development and all its variables for 300 days. Very large structure. Probably will be reliable in time. So yeah, great stuff, man. Great request, whoever it was before. And thank you so much for the request just now. Anonymous. He wants to stay anonymous, man. It's probably Zoner. Could be Adric. Could be How You Okay. We don't know. So I'm just going to ping everyone in Patreon on that because this is just impeccable. It's beautiful. It's in the group of Filecoin, YFI, HBAR, and a select few others. It's in the same category of technical impeccability for the harmonic trader, swing trader, okay? Can't say you haven't been warned on this live stream, right? When it's all is quiet on the crypto front. With a pullback ongoing, here we are. It's right in front of you. It's in your face. Just like FIL was in your face on stream. Just like FIL was pinged at everyone in the Patreon when it was completing that type effing 2. You know, structures like this, it just makes me be like, I'm just, you know, I'm looking at these pumps go on the stock market, and they're just still not as pretty.
Which can
as
we see
stuff.
Granite Construction incorporate GVA?
So Funky Buddha, thanks for the second contribution of the day. We can certainly look at that. Yeah. I'm not certain about anything except being certain about us being able to look at an asset. So there's, you know, I do expect we will look at that, and it is certain we will, unless the internet goes out. Knock on wood. All right, Granite, let's go, because, I mean, it's the next request, and we've put some work in, right? I mean, we've been live almost an hour and a half now. Granite Construction, GVA, not GTA. GTA, the new GTA, did you hear, is going to have a George Soros DA mode, where that is the easiest mode of the new GTA. There will be no police, and everyone will be trying to commit as much violence on the city as possible. So we'll go to GVA. All right, never been here before. I don't think. Let's see. No, nay, never been here. All right. Very cool, man. Thank you for giving me a chart I've never seen. Let's go to the weekly, because anytime you're on a foreign chart, right? Let's go look back. What's going on with it? All right, so started back, got the IPO'd back in early, like 1990, and you know, performance was a great run initially, and then kind of stagnated. And look how it concluded. You see, look at this, dude. It just can't even make this up. It's so incredible. Like, just looking back at how did it reverse. Look, oh my God, it's an 8.8. We just looked at FXS, right? We're looking at a completely different market, completely different time scale, completely different chart. And there it is. It's a shark pattern, and look where it completed. It's not random. It's not, oh, I'm just changing things. No, it's literally Scott Carney's framework. Though there was only a type 1, it could have been a type 2. There was so much divergence on this slightly higher high, though. Look what happened. I mean, you just, to ignore W shapes, M shapes, it's tough, man. Sometimes they underperform and they fail, but man, most of the time you get some pretty magical outcomes that can be predictable, right? All right, so just getting that out of it, that's like, you know, just for the sake of education and looking back, tripping through time. All right, so I mean, support-wise, where's the big inflection? I mean, this seems kind of like a level. Like you got to swing high, swing low, swing low, swing low. Another test there. Just trying to see what makes the most sense, man. Sometimes it's not perfect. Like just looking at a swing high there and a pullback, and then another one. And then, yeah, that's where the candle close was there. I mean, your upside, take $50. That makes sense, right? $50 of a target. 50, then 60. So that's the weekly. Nice uptrend, right? It's been in an uptrend. I mean, it bottomed out at the COVID crash, and it's not made a lower low. It's only making higher lows now. So what a create those earnings had to have been earnings right there. And nothing last week, but working on, I mean, 2 days, say about 3 days until the highest weekly candle close since possibly June of 2019. We're talking multi-year candle close on the weekly soon on Granite Construction Incorporated. All right, so we got the levels. We're just kind of seeing them on the weekly, right? Where major reversals have occurred, you know, 50 and 60. Seem like the next big ones. Okay, just take mental note of that. 50 and 60. If we look at the daily here, was there anything that really sticks out? I mean, it's kind of like it was maybe a local range here was broken finally. And it's like Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin in the summer, right? Just nothing. January 2023, You were trading at the same effing price in October. Oh, God, it's just terrible, right? But now, look, I mean, earnings saved its life. Good earnings, finally. Expectations were probably low. And look what happened. And so you broke this range top from, again, February of this year. And it looks like you back tested it. And just on the good macro day, you gapped up almost 4%. But understand, right? You could extend this out too, right? It's just like that, you know. Very real. Hold on. That's not music that I like right there. That is not deep progressive house. No one would ever listen to that song on the top of a rooftop, ever, unless they were on meth or something. All right, so you can see, like, if we know the historical levels, we looked at them on the weekly. You see the upside's pretty limited. You get some pretty limited upside before you start seeing. Remember, what are these inflection points? These yellow lines represent general consensus areas where multiple market participants might have their limit cells set up. So, right, because in history, that's exactly where major reversals have occurred. If the levels are ever broken, we know there's not, the next level is $60, $61. So from here, does it look like there's much value? No. Like if say we were down here, you know, and there wasn't earnings coming up, because it could have equally gone the opposite direction. Let's just say it was not earnings and it was just, hey, the level's defended. Someone could strategize an entry and a stop loss. Sure, if they wanted to. At any time, man, there's a support resistance from history. Even without like a double bottom, someone can scalp it and they can try. You know, it's just higher risk. Understand that. Without that confirmation low is really what gives you the lowest risk entries at ice lines. But yeah, sometimes, like we saw on some of the big boys, right? Like McDonald's and what was the other one? Coca-Cola, right? They hit a key ice line once in V-shaped, and they've been going nonstop since then. Sometimes it does happen like that. And on this one, certainly so, right? There was no like local double bottom, local like a confirmation low. Normally, like at these bottoms, you're like, all right, forget the earnings. You're looking for something like this, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, it's confirmed. Market participants are confirming this is support. Anyway, you didn't get that, so I'm just saying. There you go, dude. Yeah, be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. All right, join the Discords where they're you know, there's multiple reasons why you join the Discord. Most of y'all are in there, but if you're not, you just happen to be newer, understand there are educational resources that are free, and it is just the source material. There is no catch. It's just free material. You go in if you want to get your feet wet in learning about traditional technical analysis, risk management, what I do here every day, so you're better able to follow along in the Discord, free. But another reason why you join is because you're connected to like-minded individuals. We all respect the traditional technical analysis. We honor and revere the geniuses that put their life's work and research into the field of traditional technical analysis. Okay, it's a like-minded community. If you care about it, if you want to learn more about it, it's in there. And then also you get notified when I go live. If there's a 3 a.m. pump on Bitcoin and somehow I'm awake and I go live, YouTube is going to fail notifying you. If you're in the Discord and you have notifications on, by default, I believe they are on, you will know when I'm live. You will be able to tune in. You will not miss the live stream. So there are multiple reasons why you would join. So I'm just saying the Discord link is pinned above in the YouTube chat, and I will also post it right now. Brad just posted it. Here it is. There's nearly 15,000 members. It's a very active community, very active, and it's family friendly. I mean, there's no degeneracy in it. It's wonderful. It's a very nice environment to exist online in and to frequent. High value, high quality community we've been building and refining for 6 years. We cut out the fat, we cut out the degenerates. We make sure it's a good environment, so one can foster learning. Okay. No trolls. The trolls are only good trolls, right? You can, like, what do they call it? White hat hacking. It's like that, but for trolling. It's like if anyone's getting trolled, it's a positive, fun, happy troll, as it should be, the way it was intended, man. Okay. Whew. All right. So here's Bitcoin, man. We are, we can play it.
It's time for Power Hour.
That's right.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
All right, we're in Power Hour.
Can devs do something?
We're waiting on the devs to do something. Go to this 4-hour channel again to give us some more data. And you can see it. They're trying. They are really, really trying here, by the grace of God, to defend it. We could get defense. We could get a close back above it, or within the next 60 minutes, we could easily be back below it. And so be it, right? The negative momentum on the 4-hour just been building. At your highest level of negative momentum since late October, so the highest levels in the 4-hour of November. And as you were oversold briefly today, you have already recovered to 35 in the 4-hour. Not really that big a deal. This stuff happens a lot, over and over and over. But so far, man, the top was it's just cool, right? This is a cool channel. Once we started getting some more data, plotted it, and then, man, like just the fact that, when it was breaking initially, you can see where they said, no, this is the supply line. And then the heart line was tested as support, and then the rally over the weekend occurred. And the upthrust, the technical upthrust, and then the back test of upthrust, a couple back tests, and then, right, that last liquidity grab, and then the drawdown to the bottom, and then just as it whipsawed out, whipsawed below. But now look, is it really, if the buyers come in here, is it true breakdown? Not really, it's just respecting these levels, even with some intra-hour price action violating the demand line, supply line. Well-spirited trolls, exactly. Just saying, I don't know, for a minute, man, you were borderline, dude. You were borderline. But seems like you're still alive. You're not banned yet, so. There we go. Got a few people that joined. Discord, welcome, y'all. Okay, so we are at the highs of the 4-hour candle in Power Hour on Bitcoin.
You think I'm with you? I am not with you.
That's it. There it is, man. Appreciate that. That was what happened? Where did it go?
Gentlemen.
Oh, that was not cheap. That was like $7-8 Tangia, man. I really appreciate that. I do love that movie though, a lot, man. It's good. That was the. He's not effing with you, dude. $7 Tangia, thank you, dude. If you haven't seen Glenn Ross, you need to see it. It's an American classic. Incredible cast and acting, and if you've ever been in sales, it's a wonderfully related movie to you. So I guess though, man, hold on. TH Contrarian, copies for closers. I'm not effing with you. Okay, should we look at more or should I just leave? I don't know. Let's look back at high, which was one that someone requested in this stream a little while back, and it truly was impeccable. I mean, it was something that dreams are made of. This is something where you're gonna get ups and downs, okay? But ultimately, in the next 3 months, if this truly plays out, you're looking at a 5-cent target. meaning like doubling in price, 90 to 100% upside from here eventually, if this truly plays out. And think about it, the development of this, all of this, 300 to 341 days after crash. This is where you say it's low risk, certainly. What's up, Doobie Man? Did it play? I don't think it did. Hold on, waiting for it.
These computers are made of gold.
ABNB
If you don't
to
know
B.
I like gold, The Quantum Leap is a show, but I do not like it. The best shows star me. Fact, QBS, please.
QBTS, Sharknado. Yeah, let me do, so let me see. Remember, on Tangia, there is no like, so look, I'll show you. This is like stream elements. Like it'll show, like I can revert back and, oh, I can see the ticker, right? On Tangia, it shows the contribution and like what you did, but it doesn't show the TTS. So I've just typed in QBTS, so I remember. Okay, so just think, go back to high like, for a second and understand the breakout has already occurred. You've already broken out. One could dollar cost average. I mean, this is where people can be layering in, adding to a position if they were already in, and you got this amazing pullback. I mean, like, this is why I've been looking at crypto so much. You know, not just Bitcoin, you know, for a month now. It's been like the crypto show more than equities as much, because these have been in development and they're finally maturing, right? The plant the seed was planted in November of last year, and you know, the germination process, and it's sprouted, you know, like over like 6 months, 7 months, and then all of a sudden it's beginning to blossom a little bit. All the accumulation after the completion of this pattern. 90 to 100% upside in the next 2 to 3 months max on high. And it's an active trade set up in the Patreon where there's an entry, a stop loss, and take profits too. So you know, you join that, you can see those. Okay, that's high. I'd never heard of this in my life till someone requested on stream, and then I fell in love with the technical setup. I don't give a crap about high. The only thing I knew about HAI was it's Japanese for yes, and yes means, I don't know. High means yes. Yes means harmonic 100% upside. Okay. It's like I say. Let's go to Airbnb if it do be. Hey man, they're recovering, dude. Did you know the bees of heirs are pumping, dude? Well, it is something spectacular. A very powerful potential event is occurring here where, right, we were looking at it and it was just not doing the thing. But now, like, this is a piece of data that is new. 6% up on the day, gapped up, right? So anything above 121 to 125 is good, because like if it starts flipping, right, from resist, or it was support, right, resistance, 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 how many countless resistances, right? And then support. If it flips back to support, you're good. You're in good shape for managing your risk. That's it, right? So if it gets above this level, what if it just keeps going, man? And then we finally we cool off a little bit, and then it does something like this. If you get that is the good old-fashioned spring back test. Again, spring back test, up thrust back test are some of the most powerful technical indicators that can be identified with the most upside if they play out. So like if you were able to get something as spectacular as that, well, that's an actionable play. So you did just get a huge pump, but remember, days like this, man, let's see what happens tomorrow, because what happens is all getting back 6% down, 8% down tomorrow, huge dump on the macro, on the index funds, bad back, you're back below 121. Well, it was never real to begin with. See, that's why spring back tests are so incredible, because they're forms of confirmation. And you have no confirmation that this level that you broke back above, you do have confirmation, but it's your weakest form, where the daily candle closed above the level. That's great. But we've seen many times where you'll get bearish breakdowns and then there's no follow through the next day. It's right back above resistance, or vice versa, and the situation's right back below support. So confirmation is always the best way to trade, in my opinion, and it would look something like this. But great to see us back above the level, and great to see a daily candle close back above the 200 simple moving average for the first time since October 17th, my birthday. Nice. So there you have it. There you go, Doobie. Does that help? I mean, probably not, but again, it's not about like what's happening on the chart. It's about what we're looking for if we want to take the most reasonable, low risk entry. And if it never comes, keep hitting the space bar. You'll find it eventually. And that's called playing the market. All right, so QBTS, quarterback, something.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's right, King of the Castle. Thank you so much, Borat. Chill out, though. You're messing up the chart. You're wrinkling my chart. QBTS. D-Wave Quantum. Yeah, we're here. Yeah, this is incredible. It literally is incredible. Right? Someone requested this, and it was here. And you're on type 1. You're working on the type. What is it? This is up 13% today at the PCZ. It is Chop City, but Mother of God. It's here still. This is it, chat. I mean, this is a type 1. So, type 1 would take you typically to 157. It would take you typically to a 382. You would typically see minimum that before eventually something like this. And that's the strongest entry. But not to say someone can't scalp the type 1. They do it. That's what causes the rally to run to a minimum 382, which gives us that peak that gives us two discernible lows for the type 2. Type 1, the peak that normally goes between 382 and 618, and then the drawdown for the type 2 later. But this is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So someone is just revisiting. Probably they were the one that requested this before. But it is here, chat. Okay? It is dream status type 1. Potential harmonic. We'll see. Could end up going 113. You never know. But dang, dude. Dreamish. Can't say it's not there, man. My God. So the thing about it, though, so if you were going to be nitpicky, what's up, Banana Cat? What the? You're not going to make another pass? It was just one way? Because I know Sanic goes 2 ways, comes back. All right, Banana Cat, thank you. So one thing about it, unfortunately, like on Sharks, you normally want a 1618 here. It's a little shallow. Or it's a little too deep, here's what I'm saying. Like you want it to be a little bit more shallow. But if you go with the candle close, it's pretty close. I mean, either way, if you were going to say, fine, it's not a formal shark. It is an informal M shape. It's incredible. It's like a work of art. You could also anchor differently for a bullish bat too. Like you could get away with it. And then it would meet all the criteria. So I think it's fine. Completely fine. Remember, this is not a joke, okay? This isn't like, oh, dude, it's a 5-minute chart. This is a daily. And it took effing 175 days to develop. That's a long time, man. You cannot be surprised that we see a rally. Well, there's R2D2. Also, just going once, not coming back. Where's the boomerang? Thank you, dude. You'll see this. I mean, the people that are watching still, I mean, the world was 2 hours live. And this is stuff I dream about. I know, it's not a big deal. But I think when you start seeing this stuff develop and then you keep monitoring it for months and you see it play out over time, it just reinforces the passion that you might have for this field. of traditional technical analysis. It's incredible, man. That's why it's hard to burn out when you keep seeing stuff like this develop and then it plays out with a reversal to the upside. And that was the last request, right? I mean, that was it, dude. That was it. It's kind of a sharp. A little deep on B. It's not so much B that even matters. It's the fact that it's not a 1618 on C to D. But yeah, Bitcoin. Are we going to do it, chat? 40 minutes? Time to layer into high. Keep just pounding the buy on high because we know there's 100% upside. All the accumulation's already happened. It's just pulling back on a macro day. FIL, it's a little tough there because it's you know, you're testing resistance and pulling back, where high has already broken the resistance and it's just pulling back after breaking out. So okay, I mean, let's see if it holds, man. It'd be pretty legendary if it did. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for watching today. I think it's been a good stream despite this pullback. The melt up on the stock market has been amazing. I mean, it's just been a sight to behold. Michael Burry losing $640 million on his loss, and you know, like, he has now doubled down and he has gone full on short or bought puts on the semiconductors index, the SOX, I believe. I haven't been on this one in a while, so just forgive me, old data. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, he went full on short, I guess today or yesterday. So he's around what, the 3,500s maybe, where he allocated his massive call, or his short, but I'm saying he's making a call that it's going down. So okay. Now here's the thing about this one. It is so hard to just ignore it. I mean, that is a perfect completed, you know, bear shark pattern on like the weekly here. Okay, let's go to the weekly real quick so you can see it. It's stupid, dude. It's really stupid. I mean, it's like you could be going for the type 2. You don't know, but this certainly would make people capitulate and say, all right, I'm giving up on thinking this is going any lower now. But remember, we had the type 1 return that has now concluded, right? Did you get 38% retrace from the low to high? You certainly did. That's exactly where a pivot and a rally is occurring, that nice engulfing candle. Just imagine, you know, it seems improbable because money printer go burr, and I don't know, like, it's just, tech is so unstoppable, you think there's just no way. But just, could you imagine like the type 2 return, and then it just, TA is completely respected? Could you imagine? And then Michael Burry was right and made money, you know, even though probably taking on short-term losses, because we still got to probably revisit 38.57 here. But this is a work of art. This is a true textbook bearish shark, and on its way for the type 2 return. Still some more upside. Okay, stuff to think about. That is like one of the most beautiful bearish harmonics I've ever seen too. I mean, look how large it is. It's just, it's a large farva, man. No cream. No cream. Good luck, Michael Burry. I get you, dude. I get you. I mean, maybe you should have waited a little bit longer for the type 2, but if it was to play out, it wouldn't matter in the long run, right? Okay, all right. Well, there you go. I hope we hold it. I hope this channel's, I hope the buyers are defending. I hope Asia V-shapes us back to the heart line, which would take us to 36,700. So, I guess Funky Buddha, you were the top Jesus. Thank you, man. And I'll just be back. Until next time, respect the TA. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for the applause, dude. Yeah. Feels dank, man. Feels dank.
Is that a joint?
Gentlemen in the mix.